So what is our conclusion overall? Last slide for key strategies for horizontals. Well, transaction in general goods are absolutely key. What Avito would call categorization, or we might call verticalization within general goods, increasingly key, depending on where you are in your progress of development. And more broadly, with the verticals where they're moving into, you might be as a horizontal a number 2. You have to keep track of what is happening within the vertical businesses, or you will begin to lose traction towards them. So there's a kind of process of saying, we need to some extent, a good extent, match the things that the verticals are using to increasingly differentiate against us. But I think there's some real opportunity as well. And this is what horizontals, it seems to us, are in part all about in terms of development. I think horizontals need to be very open to new business models, and I think they can leverage them often very effectively against verticals that have one very kind of solid, robust model that they have to push forward. And we think one of the real flexibilities always has been in horizontals to challenge in the subsegments. So as we see it, there are all kinds of interesting opportunities that come up. There is the C2B in autos type things. There is definitely kind of transactions in rentals, and we can see a lot of interesting developments across horizontals, not just in the kind of transactional models, but more broadly in rental. And clearly there's all the traditional kind of subsegments like blue collar. We could have put C2C in cars, and the positioning of the lower valued vehicles, stroke homes, stroke land, etc. All of those kind of things. So as we see it, right at the core of where horizontal should be, has to be both verticalization and a continuing real press to move very effectively into transactions at the right timing for the right market conditions. And that's it. And so, I haven't tried to tell you what the answer is to verticalization versus horizontal, but I hope it kind of comes out kind of clearly how significant we think verticalization within horizontals is to the overall strategy nowadays.